the 10th week practice of Unified. So now we know that we are the creator of our own reality, our own experiences, our own world, and creator as such in the broadest sense of the word. So today we will practice to manifest the world we truly desire. And as we uh, just now listen to the chapter, that there is no purer desire, no higher thought than the experience of our self acceptance, which is the end product of not only this whole course, but also of our life on earth. And with so much conditioned mind, self acceptance had not been that easy. So, Babaji gives us the foolproof formula, which helps us, guides us, and let us feel our self acceptance, which results in creating that world that we truly desire. So, as we are practicing each day, we are getting closer to learn to expand ourselves towards the part 3 of this course. So it's so very important that we get so much clarity. Whatever we are resisting, we should just drop that. We should move forward and make ourselves available so that we can gain the maximum from this course, from this part 2 even. And today, our beautiful Prachi master is going to lead the session today. But before that, let's center ourselves with gratitude and make ourselves available in this present moment so that we can learn the creating formulas in the best way we can. So we can center ourselves with our closed eyes and just repeat this beautiful prayer. Dear God, my creator, you and I now claim and accept thoughts with forgiveness and thanks. I thank you for making me a creator by simple thinking. And thank you for offering me your thought as my own so that I can experience all your qualities. So, with this gratitude, you can open your eyes and we can move ahead. And I welcome Prachi ji to take over.
Thank you, Kavita Master. Welcome everyone, Atma Vandan. Today, before I start my summary, I want to start actually with my deepest gratitude to all of you. Because when I sat down to write with my pen and paper and the book in the hand, I could feel only gratitude. I was feeling so blessed, and also there was some unknown joy in my heart, the kind of joy I cannot describe. And I admit that I often don't feel joyful. Every discussion, every question asked here, and all answers given is nothing but an expression of love. So, thank you, all of you. Thank you so much for contributing to this space, the sharing the unified energy, and enriching my experience. And I also thank you for allowing me to add value to your understanding by giving me this opportunity. The this revision sessions which we have been doing for 1 month now, no doubt is letting us feel that we are also uh, under the surface now. We are also going deeper again, step by step, but we are going deeper. Each master unique yet perfect. Their summaries are their own unique personalized expression, but filled with the same love and light from the source. In chapter 9, we got our inventory. The biggest takeaway for me about my true desire was that they were not, I didn't have the true desire from the last few years. They were more materialistic, or I would say desire which my belief system fed in me. I learned to desire is and can only be those that God would desire for me, and those are experiences through living this life. Now, in chapter 10, we will learn how to create the world of true desire. You are made in the image of God. We have repeated this for 9 weeks now. Did you give a thought? 9 weeks? Why? Why we were made to repeat this like a lullaby? I think because this much practice was very necessary for us to start believing we are creators just like God. Not just say this sentence, God is creator, I am creator, but also believe. Now that most of us feel and believe we are made in the image of God, after 9 weeks, we are also now ready to create. Therefore, this chapter teaches us 7 step manifestation formula. These 7 steps include everything we have practiced in the last 9 weeks. It goes like this: God and I claim and accept thoughts with forgiveness and thanks. Amen. In my summary today, I will not uh, go in detail over how to use this formula. I will do that during quiet time practice. Rather, I want to share the meaning I understood in each of these steps, the revelations which each of these 7 steps brought to me when I was reading them over and over and over again. These revelations or this meaning were very powerful, very meaningful to me, and I felt it opened my eyes in it opened my perception and expanded my vision, if I call that, if I can call that. Especially, I will go like to stress upon step 3, 4, and 5 in my description. So, step 1 and 2. Step 1 and 2 together are God and I. As I already said, we have repeated we are made in the image of God for 9 weeks. Here, what are we trying to do? In these 2 steps, we are trying to unify with God qualities. We center ourselves so that our thoughts are not scattered. The what I realized in these 2 steps is how beautifully Babaji has designed the whole book, with each chapter being one step of the ladder. We must pause at every step, understand them, and practice, and then only climb to the next step. There is no shortcut. Our thought creates our reality, and scattered internal thoughts will mirror in our manifestation. So this steps brings us to our heart space. Then step 3, claim and accept. This step is for our desire, which is always in positive words and present tense. I felt that probably Babaji knew we may feel like wild horses after believing we are the creator, just like God. We may start creating desires which are not based on our true essence. Therefore, as a true guide, He gave us the true desire inventory before giving us this formula. In step 3, he asks us to claim and accept our self acceptance. So he's not yet telling us to open our inventory. First, he wants us to start using this formula with our self acceptance. I paused for the longest time on this aspect and found no words to describe why Babaji wanted us to start with self acceptance. So I quote from the book itself: self acceptance is the end product of this course, indeed, of your life on earth. I think it is the purest desire we can hold and the highest form of experience our soul needs. Therefore, we'll do self acceptance in chapter 10. Or I would say, we do Sri Ganesh of this formula with self acceptance. Step 4, thoughts with. We address, in this step, we address our conflicting thoughts and release them, heal them. If you don't believe your claim 100%, it will not be manifested. So, for our manifestation formula to be very strong and to work 100%, we have to not only think of the thoughts which are God thoughts, but we have to replace all the conflicting thoughts with the God thoughts. That is what we do here. When I heard this word, a manifestation word, I have heard in many master class I have done on law of attraction in the last few years. It is a buzzword, as we know. In this master class, at the end, I've heard they asking us, did you get your aha moment? And I used to not understand what is aha moment. And once I started to understand what it is, but I never got one aha moment, really. Step 4 gave me that aha moment. This chapter, step 4, gave me that aha moment. It it was it was so good, or I say so deep to understand. This body is a vessel, for our vessel to fill with God's thought. Especially I was thinking, for me to fill with God thoughts, just repeating it is working, but for my body to fill with God thoughts, I need to first empty the vessel with conflicting thoughts, which misaligns me, which is making me go in two different directions. One place I'm saying I am made in the image of God, I am love, but I'm getting irritated on the other side. But inside, maybe I'm judging something, someone. So these are the conflicting thoughts, for an example. So this step became was very important in my mind, thinking that why manifestation would work, because we are not only saying filling our vessel with God's thought, but we are first emptying our vessel, making space for that God thought so that it sits in firmly and never leaves us. Now we move to step 5, which is forgiveness. Here we place ourselves in the complete forgiveness state, that is, forgiving love. We have practiced enough about forgiveness, and I think I also experienced it is not easy. It is not as easy as when we say there is nothing to forgive. It is, again, there is a breakdown in this step, in the process of forgiveness. What I understood was, again, very profound for me. In addition to forgiving people and situations which hurt me, which caused pain to me, there was the biggest part was my own, one part of me which needed forgiveness. That was my painful self, me, the crying baby inside me, who was always crying, telling life is so tough, so unfair. I realized that in my self acceptance, my own judgment of myself based on the society norms was the biggest conflicting thought in me. Step 6 and 7 is thanks, amen. Thanks is, with the gratitude to God, we submit our claim. We should, we know that once we have submitted our claim, it is released to universe, to the natural laws of nature, and we have to surrender with an amen. For the, just forget and like let the chain loose, or let the bird fly. I hope you all understand why this manifestation formula is so magical. This is the only proof, this is the only foolproof method, because it aligns all our thoughts in one direction. With this, I will conclude my summary and recommend everyone to use this formula more often each day, for so that you get comfortable with it, and later on in the coming chapters you can use this formula like a breeze and open up your true desire inventory. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Prachi ji, for the beautiful summary. And you have simplified it so well. So now it is clear to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Kavita ji.
I would like to add that Babaji has also told us that do not memorize the word. Like initially he told us to memorize, but now he said that there are no particular words here to memorize. You have to feel those God qualities. Whatever we are giving it to God, then just accept it and claim it that we are also made of it. When we say we are made in that image, then feel those qualities inside us. We are those qualities. So that was one thing. And secondly, I would like to add that when we claim and accept, then the doubts which comes to us, and we literally uh, those doubts are the blockages which doesn't allow those manifestation to happen. So if we create any doubt, that means another thought is working behind the scene. And whatever we are desiring, whatever we feel that this is our true desire, that is not those desires are not, if you're not believing, that is not believable, then another thought is in the command. So I felt this 2 point also to add. Otherwise, you have summarized it beautifully. And now we have Preeti ji, Shailesh ji, Monil ji, all I can see. So they can add more to this.
I can't stop. I am so happy. I uh, I didn't hear much from what you were saying. I was just watching you, and I was so mesmerized. I can't really tell you. Just look at your video just now. Look, Babaji is right above your head. We can see Babaji, and then we can see you. Your hairstyle is just like Babaji, and I was seeing Babaji in your face constantly. I was seeing Babaji. Let me just share this picture with you guys. You will
Oh my.
be able to understand what I was seeing. This is what I was seeing. See, that's what, and there were some places where you did your eyes also like that. Amazing that was for me. And I was really, really mesmerized. I said, wow, Babaji has just descended from that poster in your background right into the camera. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Shailesh ji. Thank you for the kind words.
This is too much. Shailesh, you made
That
everybody
is a
to
beautiful
chat.
observation.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now. I was so dry in my mouth and I'm so sleepy, honestly. So I was trying hard to open my eyes. I think so. Or maybe I was in my chain of thoughts, which made me look up. But thank you so much, Salishi.
Monilchi, you would like to add anything or say something?
Well done, Prachi. You have really, really done a great job. And then I have nothing to add, but just keep doing this, what you are doing. And I just want to say that God created us all very unique, very beautiful, just perfect, nothing less, nothing more. And but with that same ingredient, all of us are like a thread, like those, those pearls in that thread. So we are created with that one ingredient is called love. And we are so unique, we are so different, yet all same from inside. So that's all my messages for today. And you have said it all. And so just drop your conscious and subconscious thoughts and create new life that is we deserve. And for with happiness, love, joy, peace, bliss, that's our rights, that's our freedom. So from here starts the freedom, and here starts the new life for all of us. So thank you. Preeti ji, over to you. Thank you.
Babaji
Thank
has
you.
descended. Babaji has descended on earth now, right in front of us.
I can very be in tune with that, and I knew it from her past first presentation, and I told her also that you are very much ready and you should take more sessions. And today, Shalini has shown everybody what it is like. So definitely, and Prachi, I cannot say anything different than my experience was also like that when I was in this doom and gloom, thinking, "Oh my God, what a mess this world is, and what life is, and it's of no." When Krishna said that I gave you everything, and you do what you wish to do. So the wish will always be on the live in easier side, not take challenge, not really live Gita. And as I said, like again, this book comes unified with practical guidance. You have no escape. You just have to practice and do whatever you want to do. This will shape you in this journey of life to be you really want it to be. So slowly, gradually, even after practicing meditation and taking sessions was not so satisfying. It was good. It was great experience though, but definitely what Unified brought in life was tremendous. And I would say only how much we practice, how much we go deep, the life experience reveals. Even every single word that God is no pain, God is love has to be your experience. And even like the self acceptance, I would like you to add a few in self acceptance that you did for yourself or could help others to look it that way. You can take your time, but let me continue then. Till then, so in chapter number 9, easily said that everything in this world is for your enjoyment. And you have to just claim it with thanks, gratitude, and love and forgiveness, and it's all yours. Nothing, you can not enjoy anything that you have not claimed. And here Babaji is putting that clearly in this beautiful picture. I didn't realize it until I did this Unified in this series. Like I did it last year also, right? But it clicked the next time. So it takes time. And we just feel like, okay, everything, little thing we learn and we think, oh, wow, wow, wow. But then every time, still like in revision session, I have had so many revelations. And I don't know how long it will keep on opening and, giving experiences so deep. So deep. Like sometimes you feel like, really, I'm like that, because all the subconscious start opening and they start to release from our mind, from our experience. So this all journey, especially with part 2, have been very, very difficult, challenging, and crucial for me as we are claiming, we are experiencing and getting closer to the manifestation. We think that, okay, I claimed, but it did not manifest yet, but it is always in progress. So that the distance between living that claim and like just saying that claim is in this experiences only, right? So I think in chapter 15 Babaji says that you may still have some negative experiences because you are still coming closer to your manifestation, and especially self-acceptance. And we had talk on acceptance yesterday. It was not on self, but only self-acceptance brings others acceptance. We know what we are accepting here. With our conditioning, one called social conditioning, another is spiritual conditioning. So we have conditioned our mind that we are God and everybody else is God. And I want to see that in everybody. Right? Everybody is love, everybody is joy. But when we work with them or when we live with them, and then we find, oh my God, it's such a rejection. There's so much, we start to see mind, we start to see behavior. Yet we know the truth inside. But that takes secondary. First thing first, what you see, you think. So again, I started thinking, okay, how can I change this? How can I change this? I know I'm not in the right track. So changing means then again talk to yourself, communicate yourself that what you want to see. Then the very easy, short thing, a very simple thing came that why acceptance has to be there, you know. So it comes like, okay, something that is not working and then you have to accept. Then I started reflecting around me how I am accepting living in the environment I am in, the people I am with, and then it helped me to understand. Okay, when I am at ease, I can work more, I can be efficient more, I can be enjoying life more instead of self-criticizing, self-doubting. So this is where it took me to another step where the self-acceptance came. As understanding of forgiveness of self. forgiveness to others, we have been practicing, but forgiveness to self, it has to be like on and off all day. I mean, you do anything wrong and then, oh, okay, it's okay. Let's try something different. Let's be with it. So that is when we come to know ourselves, and then we realize that everybody is moving in the same direction and the experiences are very, very similar. We know what kind of mistakes we are going to do at what situation and what not, because we are all same human being, although unique, but our general patterns are very similar. So this is what as I'm going deep, I'm understanding more and more and living it more and more, not in the formula, but every time reconciling my thought and, consciously replace my thought. Yeah? So that really made difference, and it made my heart breathe, and it's opening more and more. It's active, alive more and more. It gives freedom more and more. It makes life trustworthy more and more. So that's what I would share from my experience. As content, summary was wonderful, and your expression was really touching. And we can, just share our experiences, how my life changed with week 10 practice, and how I live my world today. Although sometimes I fail, sometimes I do wrong, and then I accept, come, and then I realize it's not that it's not working. It's just you coming closer to your manifestation and in living. Thank you so much.
I totally agree. I would just say from my end, while redoing this chapter, because I was reading it, I was thinking over it, and also listening to the Hindi session which happened on Tuesday. The self-acceptance was, I mean, it was being hard for me to put in the words, because the more I was thinking, the more I was reflecting. That's what I added, that I had no words for how beautifully Babaji has first told us to use self-acceptance, and why self-acceptance, because that is the ultimate. He said it is the purest desire one can have. If I am not able to accept myself, what am I trying to accept in the outside world? And then I also realized that in my self acceptance, I was the biggest blockage. I was being that, I was. I was enjoying carrying that painful crying baby inside me, saying, oh, life is so tough. People have been unfair to me. This situation has been unfair. He is getting that. She is getting that. I mean, and everything around, like you said, was one, which we are learning and unified. But I could just see inside me, uh, I mean, small situations in my current, in my life, which I think how much judgmental I was about my own self. That is what, so yes, I was not able to pen that down. Like, for example, I even though when I sit in a group, we will do get-togethers and all, I have always feel that I don't belong here, or I was not able to connect to that group. And I have been, uh, I will not use the word bad now, but I always felt and judged myself. I'm not a party organizer. I'm not a person who can organize. Any invitation I get, I will feel, oh, why am I not doing it? Why are other people doing it? This is one of the parameter which came to my mind. And then I thought that, where is my self acceptance? I am accepting myself also with filters. Okay, if somebody is saying, Prachi, you are a good group energy, you make fun, you are humorous, I am accepting myself. I feel so good about myself. But my own self telling me, oh, why don't you organize a party? And I'm not accepting myself. So I had so much filters in my self acceptance, non acceptance. So these were my thoughts while thinking over. So for me, the biggest revelation in step 4 was, I need to forgive myself, forgive myself for judging myself and for not accepting myself. I'm sure with more practice, it will be external also, maybe, but at this point, it was more internal.
Babaji says, forgiving love, no forgiveness. So
Sorry
just
for
accept
forgetting.
yourself,
Yeah.
just love yourself. That's all. And I mean, self-love is very key to our being, you know. Otherwise, we can't walk in this path of spirituality, where anyways we are taking a narrow path, because everybody cowherd, we have big crowd there. But here the path is narrow, and also narrower when we take the charge of ourselves. So I was just reflecting on the teachings of Seth on manifestation, and then he says that if you see only, you know, the one way, that way you go, and that's your reality. If you don't think of dark, if you don't think of fear, you would just go and create. So far I have been learning that, you know, thoughts and feelings come together, they do creation, they indeed do creation. But then the most important part is part 4, where we are changing, we are accepting, we're seeing the thoughts changing. And that puts a lot of clarity in our head. And it was amazing because when I was guiding the session, going through the week practice, and 1 week later I started writing the summary, I could totally see the different list of different thought, and what we have guided in group also, it's going to a different direction. I mean, it was widening my perspective. Like at the beginning, as you said, I'm looking at very limited self. Then it expanded to little more, little more, little more. So keep exercising just to reveal yourself to uh, what are your limitations. Because I always wanted to live unlimited love, life. You know, life has to be how Babaji is saying, but I didn't had any definition in my mind. But this book reveals all that. So all our experiences are the, you know, data point, I would say, with time, and it has to go along, because in the beginning Babaji says this knowledge, something this, I'll remember the line in Hindi. It's chapter mein whatever is given is vaid, you know, means the information is valid, but there is no experiences collected so far. So we are that. So, to how much deeply, seriously, consciously we practice, we are bringing the experiences that can help the coming generation or time to practice and evolve. And this is incredible. I mean, there's no word, as you said. I truly resonate. Anybody who is practicing it is going beyond, you know, this to everything. So, anybody would like to add, any masters from our participant side? Please do share your self-acceptance experience or anything that you felt from today's sharing, or you would like to express. The purpose of this is only, you know, to go deeper as you bring the summary, as you say, speak. It gives us more deeper clarity, I would say, or more. Things get stirred in my past, in my journey, what I faced, and I would like to add, and how I'm expanding, growing. It's not magical, it's only unfolding of experiences.
Extensive.
Prernaji, I would like to talk to you today.
Oh, nice. Thank you so much. In fact, I mean, like meditation per se is not really new to me. I've been in and out of it, but Babaji's complete this thing has been really, really new to me, and it's such a learning. I mean, I've heard about manifestation, I've heard about a lot, but I can talk about my some of my experiences. You know, there are times when I'm meditating and I feel I'm becoming like a Golgappa, you know, that I'm suddenly, I can feel that energy bloating me completely. And it's light and it's energetic. And I have to stand and dance and I have to go a little crazy because that energy is so much for me to hold that I feel that I cannot. I mean, I'll just burst if I don't do it. And I go out in my balcony and scream to the universe, I love you all, and whatever it is a phenomenal feeling, of course, and a great positivity it gives. I'll just give you a little background about myself. I was in Delhi, and then only about 1.5 years before, I moved into Madikari, that is in Kurd, a beautiful place, and my house is in the middle of nowhere. It doesn't even have a proper road. So half the time you have to walk up, and especially, or I've got a very antique Jeep, which kind of takes me up and down, but doesn't work every time. Okay, but I remember initially it was like, oh, it is so tough to go up and down. Now it is an adventure. Oh, wow, I'm doing this. I'm enjoying it. And I have noticed that along with me, even the guests that I have from Delhi, who are very, very urban people, they've started enjoying it. They love it, and they're as enthusiastic, and they want to come back to my house just because, oh yeah, we love that, the walk or the trek or the drive or whatever. So it just becomes, like, it's, we all have to go through tough time, we all have to go through hard time, but that becomes a very, very pleasant journey if you just enjoy every moment of what you're doing. And I have learned to enjoy that thanks to my father also. He always used to say that, time just passes by. Please enjoy the moment, because this part of life will never come back again. So even if you are in a state of crisis, enjoy, because this is where it is. So I think it is also mindset. And now that, one was just a mindset, but now I've come up with confidence that even this will pass. So whether I'm a very high or I'm at a very low, I'm constantly enjoying everything. Even when my sister's screaming at me and she's shouting and frustrated with me, and I'll just look up to her face and I'll just say, "What to do? I'm like this only." And then she gets, like she just chills. So, like what I'm trying to say is that the situation can be anything. But what you need to learn is to deal with it in a very positive attitude. And yes, don't be too harsh on yourself. You're in the image of God, but don't forget that you're not God. So you've got to do what you got to do. And the moment I feel that kind of energy, the only thing I can ask for in this world is like, I want the whole world, the universe, to feel as bliss as I am right now, and let them be in this bliss all the time. Even when I wake up in the morning, I look at the greenery, and I'm in the middle of really literally nowhere. The only coffee plantation all around me and nothing else. The closest house must be about 700 meters away. So even if I scream and shout, nobody will come. So, so I am right in the middle, and I was not into gardening and all, but I've started enjoying it so much. You know, like I love it. I love it. I have to do the basic thing. I have to dig it. I'll go mulching my ground. I'll do this. I'll do that. And my poor gardeners always tell me, "Madam, ये तो आपने कल भी करा था." I said, "Yeah, but I can still do it again." So, it is a different kind of high that it takes you. And, I mean, you're constantly in a state of intoxication. One of the best, this thing, when you are with everyone else. So I think it's a great state to be. And the kind of highs that I have had, even when I'm breathing, I'd like to share this point. When I breathe, so normally I'm a little conscious, so I see it's going up into my mind and it's coming down into my stomach. And when it takes, so it's actually creating an infinity. So when I'm breathing in, I'm breathing in infinity. That is the infinite abundance or positive energy or whatever you call it. And when I'm exhaling, I'm sharing it with the universe. So, there's a constant this thing, whether I'm conscious of it or not, just whoever the divinity is, whether it is Shiv, Krishna, Babaji, or anyone,
Or Reena.
just share, just share this divinity, I mean, this blissful state with the universe. So, there is a constant, even when I'm walking alone, and I feel, then I can suddenly feel my breath, and then it comes so naturally now. I breathe infinite abundance, I share infinite abundance. So, I mean, it just makes you feel stressless in every way. So I think it's a
Be who
beautiful
you
thing.
are. I mean, every moment you are claiming that I am infinite. So that's coming in
That's what I'm
feeling is,
saying.
yeah, we all
That's what I'm
want.
saying. So you just have to feel it. I mean, you just have to realize it. And today, when I look back, the kind of, I mean, if I talk about my life, it's a long story, but the kind of critical moments that I've had in my life, when I lost my husband and when my daughter moved out of India and all. I mean, I was alone, but now I look back that there was a guidance, divine guidance which was helping me and which was always telling me, you've got a strong back, Reena, bang on ahead. These were the words. Don't worry, you've got a strong back, you will survive that. And yes, I have no complaints. I mean, I really have no complaints. So I think it's phenomenal. And I see that even in my professional life, like I can make a confession here about my age also, unlike most of the women that don't. I'm almost 70. I started my career at the age of 40. And, I'm still working. And my clients don't want to leave me. I mean, they just want me for something or the other. So I think it is just a very positive attitude that one feels. And that positivity comes around you if you are in that state of positive attitude in your mind. This is something I've seen. Everything just falls in place. So I'm really grateful to all of you. I mean, when I say I love you, I really mean, I have no words because bad vocabulary, but I can feel it. And there are no words for the feelings that I feel. So it's really, really great. And I feel
Why
very
I said I want to talk to you today, because I have been seeing you messaging, encouraging all of us, even us, and then never saw you, never talked with you, but today we
yeah,
got that.
because who would be so overwhelmed. So, you can't speak at times when you have so much energy. You just want to bounce and also you say, okay, let it be, let it be. And that's one of the reasons at times I've left it and gone out and I'm screaming and shouting and all, and I'm very happy doing that because I feel I'm connecting. And imagine the thoughts that come to my mind. I want to bless the Taliban. I want to bless even the Pakistanis. I want to bless I want the God to bless, not I want to bless, but like I pray for them. And even the Israelis or the Ukrainians, the Russians. And the entire geopolitical scenario comes to my mind that everyone, anywhere, even if they're at a war, they have to enjoy the war. They should feel blissful being in that war. Even if they're dying there, let them feel good. Okay, I have because it's the feeling. Let them feel that they're sacrificing something for their thing. Whether they are or they're not, that's another story. Let's not be judgmental about it. But let them feel that, yeah, I've died for a cause. So my life was not wasted. So let them all go with that feeling, that, positive feeling. So, that's the kind of things that come. Yeah. Anything, when
Very
I'm
good.
watching TV or I'm seeing the newspaper or trying to do something and all, I'm there. Only thinking like that. So I think
So what do you do, Reena ji?
I am an investment banker. I raise funds for the companies through VCs and teams. Okay, so I'm working on sustainability projects which are very interesting. And we're testing a lot of things. So let's see. I want to make good meat. And I keep manifesting कि हे भगवान एक प्रोजेक्ट करवा देना कुर्ग में जिससे फिर वो सबको आदत पड़ जाएगी सफाई करने की. Because in our country, we have this attitude of not keeping the township clean and the kind of tourism that's growing. It's pathetic. So it gets dirtier by the day. So I just want to recycle that waste, this thing. I personally cannot do it, but I want to bring the right company with the right kind of funding to execute one project so that it goes on. And that's
I mean, I can
so
just
that's
say, these social fronts, we all masters are located differently. And why? Because only thought is needed. And that thought that is coming through your feeling, through your experience, as you said, my critical experiences of life is
yeah,
bringing me here. So that, I mean, we are God, but everything starts with thought. And that
thoughts.
thought of,
Yeah,
helping others, thought of seeing things in a God sight, in God's sight. I would not say
yeah,
positive or negative, because Babaji has never used that word. He's always said
yeah, yeah.
God qualities. So far, we have been talked, and that
Yeah.
even Patriji said like four kinds of thought, categorized thought. But here it's only how you feel God in you, just
That
that
is
God
true.
and I resonating to that level of
That
energy.
is true.
Yeah.
In fact,
And
when people translate Gita, so they normally focus on karma. What is your thought and what is your karma. But if you read it once, because I've read Gita a couple of times, and and I've discussed it with a lot of people. I remember one of the acharyas, I call him acharya because he taught me a different perspective of this. He says, everything lies in the first chapter of Gita, where Krishna says to him that forget about all your social commitments, forget all about your whatever. Now you are in a state. So what he's trying to say, that unwind your mind and just let it be very, very out in the open, and then see whether you're going to kill your relatives or you're going to be standing by the dharma. So, to leave that social commitment itself is a major challenge. It stays with us because we've grown up in it, and how can I do this and all. But if there is a positive energy, you realize that you can actually bring a change into even those social bindings that we have put for our own kids and our own, circle around you. So that is one thing that I see. And, I've just moved in here and I see, of course, I'm friendly to all, but my close friends are the ones who are in their 30s and 40s, as against a lot of. So, मेरे को भाषण देने में बड़ा मजा आता है. I keep telling them about this. So which is something nice, and you can relate to them and all. And I learn so much from the younger generations, the likes of you and all. So, but it's a great this thing. So it's like a revolution, and it was fantastic. I can keep talking and talking about my experiences, but I think that's not the aim. So I think, but yeah.
thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Rinaji. Yeah.
I have to thank you all.
Thank you. Yes, Grace ji.
Good morning, everyone. Reena ji, I love your energy. You just made my day. I'm going to be in this energy for the rest of the day. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Not rest of the day. Don't make it just
Rest of the life.
That's important.
No,
That's
but by
yeah.
by the end of the day, I'll develop this energy in myself.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
That's the aim here. We are all sharing.
Yeah. Thank you so
In
much.
fact, you'll be generating energy. You'll realize it.
Thank you. Prachi Master, the session was like, the summary was really great. So I just want to share a couple of things. Preeti ji, when you were saying that Krishna said that I give you everything and now it's up to you. So then I was thinking, Krishna said I give you everything, but some people are born like with some kind of, uh, some people cannot see by birth and stuff like that. But then I thought, yeah, Krishna gave everything. When Krishna is saying that, Krishna means when the first time Krishna sent you on the earth, gave you everything. But then we because of based on our free wills and on our actions and our thoughts, we changed it. And that's why next time when we came, we made the soul plan, like, okay, because I did that in my last life, so this life I'm going to born without my ability to see and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's the clarity I got from this one, that Krishna gave you everything. And then slowly we made the changes based on our free wills and our actions. And correct me if I'm like not very correct in this thinking. And the second thing, when we were talking about the self acceptance, so I think the self acceptance, when we say that accept ourselves the way we are, it doesn't mean that accept ourselves if we are angry person, or if we are lacking something. If we Self acceptance for me, I think, is accepting yourself, the self, which is now the higher self, and the self is the same. So accept that self, accept, I don't know how to explain it. Accept the self which is there, Accept means know, be aware that is always there. Don't accepting not does not mean that, oh, if I don't have one hand, or I'm not able to see and accept myself like that. No, I think that might be behind the scene, the thing. But the thing is, once you accept yourself, accept your self that is sitting inside you, or that is everywhere, accepting that. So once we know that that is the tattva we are accepting, means we are
I'm
accepting.
made in the image of God. We are
Yeah,
accepting. But also, I'm having the experiences. I'm not an angry person. I am that self. I'm that pure. I'm that
yeah,
love
yeah, yeah,
light
yeah.
in expression. But then I'm having experiences. So me having experience is different because as a creator, I'm creating those experiences.
Yes.
So I
So
am
one,
also accepting myself that okay, somewhere I made mistake in my thinking and I created this experience for me, for myself. But what happens at the end that I turn to be, knowing myself more because if you see the source from where we have started our journey long, long back from Vedas, it says that everything wanted to express itself. So from nothingness, everything came in existence. So actually, this was Buddha saying, so not Vedas. But then we are that, and then we try to experience that. In order to have it, we have to go through the experiences of dark to differentiate the light. So I'm still always the light, but experiences of dark is also giving me a full perspective of me, of that self. So I'm accepting myself to having creating experiences like that, but I am still different, separate from that experience. That acts like a medicine, very, very healing, soothing, that even in the darkest time, you are feeling that rejection or, something you have done wrong and you are in grief. But then still every moment you will see that I am separate from that. And that will help you to go through that time because it's just a temporary experience. And the best
yeah,
will always follow you.
yeah. So what I'm saying is, in that, once I am kind of intoxicated with that self, that I am self, like I become so much into that self that I don't even realize that I'm having some issues or anything, that I have to remind myself, no, I'm different from these experiences. I'm just having the experiences. So much into that, like, उसमें जैसे घुल जाना, that I don't even remember कि मैं कुछ और हूँ, या like in the sense that even if I'm having some bad experiences, I don't even remember. I don't even have to remind myself, oh, I'm separate from these experiences. And like being in the bliss always, that you don't even realize that something negative is happening, because everything is bliss, whatever is happening. That's what I was saying. Thank you so much. Thank you
It's
for the
just
clarity.
like state of being in meditation and coming out to live the reality. Then you see you're carrying that same peace and bliss, and you
Yeah,
see
yeah, yeah,
where
yeah. That's
that
exactly, yeah.
shit happened, right? So
Yeah, that you're always in that state that you don't even know if maybe even someone else is saying, oh, you're not affected by this. This is something wrong, and you don't even realize. Oh, really? Like, because you are in that state.
definitely, reaffirming these affirmations and having clarity in thought, it only brings more and more awareness. So as I'm saying that, I'm different from this experience, it comes with that awareness all the time, so you may not be, expressing your love, joy, bliss all the time, but you are feeling that you are in that state of being that cannot be expressed, right? So that keeps happening, and the more and more cleaning, I would say, that we do with our thinking, the more and more change is easier to live with. And then we do not run away from the experiences that brings shakes and breaks in life.
Yeah.
We just be vulnerable and go on exploring, because now you have that self acceptance, and it's been with us since our childhood. Like, we do mistakes and the kid will come and he would want you to approve his mistakes. So it's in
Mhm.
like since our childhood we have been facing that. And even in many meditation sharing, I have just seen that people, how they are innocent, and they're just trying to approve themselves with whatever life situation they've gone through. So it keeps happening, and it keeps happening to the level that once you do for yourself and then you start doing for others.
Or yeah, or like you start radiating that. So when you don't even need to do anything, you just radiate yourself, and that just like a flower. Like flower just spreads fragrance, right?
Just by being, yeah. But
Just by
because
being.
flower, it doesn't have an action to do or thoughts to think, right? But we do. So we have to keep changing. Like, we have tendency to be very in that state of comfortable, and I have experienced something and I want to be there, but then something happens to take you further. So because we tend to stay in that state, but the change is continuous. So we have to have that awareness. Am I laid back, or am I unaware? And that's when
Yes.
we get another experience to, okay, just come alive and then go through it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
then we see the bigger perspective of ours and life and others. And it's a gradual process. So it starts with chapter number 10, but it is with us all the time. It keeps happening.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, this is a long topic. It's a very big topic. We can keep discussing. Let us not keep Rachiji waiting. Yeah,
Yeah.
she wants us to go through
Yes.
meditation. I have a lot to say. I will say
We can
that,
talk about it later in the
yes,
after meditation. Yeah.
right?
Sorry, Prachi, if you have a deadline, I mean,
No. I am all here.
okay, good.
I only know what all I skip for being in unified. I mean, everything I can skip for being in unified live sessions. So that is my state right now. So yesterday I had to go to office and I skipped. I said no, anything but unified is what calls me. So I'm all here, no problem.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let us continue with meditation.
So yeah, I'll switch off
You
my
you would like music, or you have one?
Yes, I am ready.
Yes. You can play Salaji. I'll start. Let's start to settle down in the place we are sitting. Feel the comfort and peace in the place you are sitting. Gather yourself and your scattered thoughts. Start observing your breath. With the first breath in, bring yourself inward and get ready for the practice. With your eyes closed, look at this universe. Look at its greatness. Look at the limitless existence. As you take the next breath in, connect to the great intelligence that created this existence, God. With the next breath in, know that the same intelligence created you. And smile that He bestowed you with all His qualities, without any filter. He has made you a creator, same as Himself. Continue to observe your natural breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Invite Babaji consciousness and set your intention to discover this limitless intelligence within you and accept that you are a creator. Tap into this truth. Believe in this truth. Now focus on your heart center. Breathe in through your heart, breathe out through your heart. With every breath, go within. And reach this space of your heart center, which is only and only yours. Feel the pulsation there. Feel the connection between you and the existence. This pulsation is your connection to God. This connection is full of peace and silence. Feel this peace and feel the silence there. Continue to feel the pulsation. Now let us send love and light. To all the uninvited influences in my aura, I send you love and light. You are each whole and healed. You are each created as love and light, and you are still love and light. You each feel no pain now, and you are not afraid. You have a perfect place to go, and I ask my higher self to take you there now. Each of you go in peace. I set you free. I close my aura to all except for my higher self. Take name. I send love and light to all thought forms around me. Being in the heart space, now we are ready to ask for our signal. Oh, my dear higher self, please give me your signal now. As we get the signal, remember that we are made in the image of God. God is love. God is light. Truth. God is happiness, joy, bliss. God is all-knowing intelligence. God is omnipresent. God is perfect. God is peace and gentleness. God is infinite energy. God is non-judgmental, powerful, magician, strong. God is brave, confident. Let all of these qualities flow to you. Feel these qualities in you. God is creator. And I am made in the image of God. I am one with God. I am same as God. I am love. I am light, truth. I am happiness, joy, bliss. I am all-knowing intelligence. I am perfect. I am peace and gentleness. I am non-judgmental. I am powerful, strong. I am calm, confident. I am magical. I am creative. Give any other aspect which comes to you. Believe in them as you say them. I am infinite energy. I am abundant. Feel your connection to this source. Once all these aspects firmly take place in your heart center, say, I claim my self-acceptance and I accept my self-acceptance. All these God qualities are mine and I am whole. I accept myself just the way I am created. Feel the joy in your completeness. I am all-knowing intelligence. I am whole just the way I am. Say again. I claim my self-acceptance and I accept my self-acceptance. Hold this feeling for a little longer. claim my self acceptance and I accept my self acceptance. I claim my self acceptance and I accept my self acceptance. And I release and heal any thoughts that I don't believe in this truth. I heal and release the thought that I am unworthy of God's gift. I heal and release the thought that I am bound to this body. I heal and release the thought of what others may think of me. I heal and release the thought that I need to sacrifice my wishes to be happy. I heal and release my own judgment for myself to make a perfect life. I know that I am worthy of all the abundance this universe has. I know that I am everywhere present, free and beautiful, and perfect the way I am. I know that everything comes to me at the right time. I know that life is beautiful and joyful right now, just the way it is. I heal and release the thought that interfere with my self-acceptance. known or unknown, conscious or unconscious. My thoughts are now one with, the same as, and in tune with God's thought. The truth is, I am the Creator, same as God. I now know the true essence of forgiveness. It is forgiving love. I hold no grudges against myself, anyone, or any situation anymore. As I understand, there is nothing to forgive. I invited this experience into my life. And I only have love and light to send. My heart is in a state of forgiveness. Continue to send love and light to anyone, any situation that comes to your mind. I thank God for my self acceptance. I thank God for creating me. I accept myself and thank God for creating me perfect and unique. I release this claim to God. And the natural laws of creation. My claim is now created. That is the nature of the natural law. Amen. Realize that you are the most perfect creation. This is the truth. Feel this truth. Be you. Feel the silence and take it all in. Now say, I close my aura to all except for my higher self. Feel the love in your heart and send it to anyone who comes in your thought. Radiate the love, radiate the light you are. Soak in the love and light coming back to you. Feeling whole and complete. Slowly bring yourself to your physical senses. And start walking back to your body. Wiggle your toes, unclasp your hands, and now pat yourself for who you are and for your self-acceptance. Feel you are present everywhere, free and happy, beautiful and perfect, just the way you are. Gently place your hands on your eyes. With the hands on your eyes, pay gratitude to Babaji, Roger Lanphier, and to this unified group. Open your eyes and come back with a magical smile.
Thank you. Thank you, Prachi. Really magical. And the music was like so, and so well, you were flowing with what you have experienced so far. And as we had a lot of discussions, we were deep into the concept of accepting the self. Then the first thing came in my mind that God and I give me my self approval. So it says that, you become your own teacher when you start accepting yourself, being vulnerable, and then you being knowing the truth also, you start living the truth. So you become your own teacher, and then you learn from yourself by your experiences. You open more, and then you see life more when others are in the same situation. You feel it's no more different than yours. So at the end, I was not even able to open the eyes. Energies were so high. It was so beautiful. Thank you.
How are you feeling now?
This is the answer. Don't put words. Just be.
Like every chapter is step upward on the ladder. All this practices, the quiet time practice, especially self-acceptance, is going step by step, diving deep into the ocean. That's what I'm feeling. Every sharing is so important, and it gives you a new relevance.
How we can, leave only that we have learned from others and live what I truly feel. I know that challenge we take, that I do not agree, I don't see God here and there. What everybody is saying in this spiritual world, that this is the highest state to be, to see God in everything and everywhere. I don't see, and that acceptance of I don't see makes me, to go further to find more. I'm not stuck there, but I'm just having that. And maybe people have experienced it, and maybe the life, what I'm walking, it will take me there. So I keep calm in my state of being. Wherever I am, I'm just experiencing it in wholeness. Monilji, you would like to say something? Prachiji?
Thank you, Prachiji. I felt like a little kid today, just free of uh, all the thoughts, all the belief systems, and then as if I'm growing and becoming new every day, each and every moment. So thank you for bringing us to this wonderful experience. The summary and the practice was amazing today. Thank you. Thank you.
I loved her gratitude part at the end when she was saying that, how you made me and I accept myself the way you made me.
That's why I went to my origin, like felt like a kid. Then thank you for making me, like creating me.
Marvelous
Wearing
part.
a
Prachi,
Huh.
yes, please go on.
I was saying, like wearing that frock, a little girl, just, fluttering around like a butterfly, no thoughts about what people are thinking, not even knowing what I am thinking, just flying free and whole. The word completeness itself is going round. When I say I'm whole and complete, I see that circle. It's not ending, it's infinite, and it keeps breaming, breaming, breaming inside my heart. I'm just in that circle, whole and complete. Yeah.
Yet knowing everything, a child, we think that he's just playing and he knows nothing, but he knows everything. So he's just occupied and we think that he doesn't know anything what's going around, but he knows he's listening. So he has that all-knowing intelligence, yet very innocent and, we
That
think he doesn't know
abundance, that
anything.
joy, and that love in heart, right?
And
That
yet
only can go
unaware.
behind the
Enjoying,
butterfly.
enjoying each moment. So I felt that. I felt the freedom that what I shared, that the freedom from everything, yet knowing everything, but just like not pretending, but just be that innocent self that you are, that how you were created to feel that love, joy, happiness. And I could really feel that today in the meditation, that as if I'm free of all the bondages and feeling that love that I am. And the best part is that when you are peaceful, when you are in that love state, when you are happy, then you think everything around you is so much, even the world is like not thinking the way you are thinking, but you are thinking they are one of, they all are part of you, and they are also having that bliss, that happiness, that love. Like everything becomes one, that feeling I felt for a little while today in my meditation, that I've the expansion, what we feel that everybody's having that same experience as yours.
In the way she opened, right? I don't say it, I mean it. And then she said that, that perfection is in me. I'm unique and perfect. So being vulnerable uniquely and being that, knowing that true self is also. So every word that she put, it was like adding more, the strength in the feeling. And that's how the meditation was so deep. And as you said, Monilji, as we were saying that, when I am in that feeling, I feel every word, the entire world is in that feeling. I could relate to that when, it's hot summer sun outside and you go there and you still say, oh, wow, you are wonderful. You are so hot. I can feel you. That kind of acceptance brings uh, a feeling in the face that, other person can see you and say, why this person is not feeling so hot, or why he's not saying, oh my god, like we resist that heat so much. But that calmness brings that same vibration to the person who is watching you from far.
And now you understand why Reena ji's sharing came before the meditation. Everyone got so much energy and joy and also infinity
Yes.
all together, right?
Yes.
And we are all experiencing that. But does anyone know the source of the joy and the energy that Reena ji has? Does anyone know? There is one word answer: coffee. She is in the middle of coffee plantation. Imagine where it is coming from. I have
Your
to
love
take.
for coffee. I was thinking she was just reflecting love and the joy. She is like turning her head, and when she's saying, "So far, I have not been sharing because I have been bouncing around with so much energy. So today I could speak some," and then still she's bouncing.
Yes, yes, but I caught the secret. She just briefly mentioned, and I said, "Oh, now I know where it is coming from." Yes, yes, I can relate to it because that's my source as well, right? So, just wanted to make it all very. Everybody was making it so serious, so I thought, let's make it little light. And as you guys were
Last
It's
time
sharing,
it sounds serious, but it's actually not, taking us in now any of the deep grief or, that feeling of heaviness. It just becomes a soothing breeze when we see life separate from us. It's not me dying any moment.
yes, and as you were talking about the conversation of Krishna with Arjun, right? He gave him all the knowledge, and at the end, he said, do what you want to do, right? So when you were talking about it, I was having conversation with Arjuna. I asked Arjuna as to, okay, supposing you had decided not to fight at that stage, what would be the consequence? So you know what Arjuna said? If I had done that, Gita would be 36 chapters and you would be cursing me.
Oh my God. 18 and 24 now. Babaji giving. Um, but today, I mean, I feel really that Krishna consciousness is here, and many of you have shared already. And
Yeah.
even while Reena ji was sharing, I just realized how God is walking on earth and creating things. Because if things can be changed from the other end, they would not come on earth to live the truth. So Krishna lived the truth and he helped Arjuna. And now Babaji from other side, we are preparing all of us with the same wisdom in our words so that we can live it in current society and be. So as a who we truly are, what we think. We've been thinking that limited self, oh, nothing can be changed. Yeah, if I do right, other people will do wrong, and then there will be crime all the time. No, that will never end. That was my thinking. So it never motivated me to walk on this path or explore this until I was shut down completely. One day, one fine day it happened. So, so, um, so we have to realize that we are here, and we do not have to hesitate in creation, in desires, in thinking, and not limit, but let your higher self impress those seed thought of God in you to bring new, to bring heart in life. And for that, first, I need to be quiet, right? So that self acceptance gives me that space to be quiet first, to accept, to be, then express. And you may see yourself expressing the way you have never done it before. So it is magical, truly magical. It opens our heart. It really, we feel that our heart is breathing now. I'm in much, much better space. So nothing can be only just learned, but has to be experienced. I'm worthy for love, and I do not have to have something to be loved, right? I'm just the way I am. I am love, and that is the first step. Then the other thing comes that, okay, everybody loves me and I am loved. But first we start accepting, loving ourselves just the way I am, then um, it helps accept more of me and um, my bigger expression without hesitation that people think just go away.
So shall I share one more perspective to acceptance?
Can we take this question, Shailaji? Let me
Where
see.
is the question?
How to take complete responsibility of stubborn negative thought patterns, thoughts, pattern, and difficult situation that seem out of control. It's just being quiet, like the inner silence speak outside. So the more we, that self-acceptance.
Why does out of control situation arise? Think about it. It is trying to teach us not to control. Because we are in an illusion, we think we can control. It's an illusion. We cannot control anything. Why? Because there is so much beyond our comprehension that is happening. And that influences everything. We have been very quietly taught this thing, that there are so many uninvited influences. They exist. And they are influencing every result that we have. This is why 18 chapters of Gita are there. That result is not in your control. So stop controlling. Why waste your energy, right? Trying to control. Don't control the outcome. Do what you need to do with an objective, right? Do it. You have to have an objective. Well, this is why I am doing it. Perfect. Do it. But then once you have done it, forget about it, move on. The problem comes only when we try to control. No, 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 no. It has to be so precise. This is where the output has to be. Oh, no, 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 no. You, my child, you have to sleep at 8:30 only. Not 8:31 or not 8:29. 8:30 only. That is the tendency to control. And that's where we have to work. So to be able to overcome these challenges, first thing is to learn not to control.
The control is outcome of mind, right? So
Yeah.
when the mind is activated, it brings all sorts of rules and discipline and that perfection that I am. But heart makes you speak the language of God, where there is no end, no beginning, no definition of truth in so-called mind term.
Simple thing that we have to understand, we are flowing in a river, and if we try to flow upstream, it is going to be a challenge. It's not that you cannot flow. You will flow to some extent, to some degree, but that's it. If the river you are trying to flow against, trying to go upstream, river is much more powerful. It's going to take you. So we have to understand that. This is where we are. We have to learn to flow with the river, not against the river.
But if you see her question, it has many parts. And then she's asking that there are difficult situations out of control. And then I am having this kind of, that stubborn or negative feeling, or there are
They are
patterns
all
forming
outcomes.
fast.
They are all those stubborn thoughts and patterns are outcome of our tendency to control. That's where
Swamitva,
it
that
comes from.
ownership of, things
Yes,
that
those
has to be this way, that way.
patterns, yeah. Those that see, if you continue to control, it becomes a pattern, and you are then doing unconsciously as a pattern. And patterns are always stubborn. Patterns, when a thought becomes stubborn, it becomes a pattern, becomes
Wow.
our natural behavior.
So see how beautifully mind is shaped, and the same pattern can be changed to a different pattern. God
Exactly.
pattern.
Exactly. It's up to us, right? Once we begin to recognize that yes, I am not to control anything, then let me devote my energy towards flowing with the river. Let me put my energy there. It's so much easier. And when I begin to flow, flowing requires acceptance. When you accept your own, the true acceptance is accepting my own uniqueness. Think about that little seed of mango. That mango tree, that is the potential of that seed. It is not the tree right now, it's in the seed. Seed has the potential to become a big mango tree, right? That potential of that seed cannot change. It is programmed inside. It cannot become the tree of neem. It cannot become tree of guava. The only thing unique about that seed is it can become the tree of mango. That is the uniqueness. And if that seed accepts that, yes, I want to be a mango tree, then it can become the mango tree. That potential exists inside. But the potential to become anything else does not exist. It was created to become the mango tree. That was the motivation behind its creation. Each of us has been created with a plan. That plan is my uniqueness. And I have to become that.
And that tree has to grow. So the seed is kept buried in the soil and it just waits. It just, receive the love from all the five elements and it just waits for it to become a tree. So it is silent. It is just observing, So that thing is what's true for us also. If I am not quiet today, I'm not practicing, like my inner chatter is not stopping continuously, I'm there. I just have to come to this aura cleaning affirmation if I recognize myself in that stubborn thought. So, what I do, that forget what thought was, don't even try to track it back, what negative thought I was thinking. Just drop it and then do the aura cleaning affirmation. You might totally forget what you were stuck with.
Yes.
And then, just when you are clearing the aura, just be centered. I mean, do not hold that thought and then clear the aura. Leave the thought and be at center and then clear your aura, close your aura, unify with God and recognize it. Just don't say it's God. God is love. I am love. I'm waiting to feel that love. I'm there. I'm waiting, waiting, waiting. Because it cannot be taught. It cannot be given in lectures. We have to experience. So what Shailesh is saying is given in this book as a practical guidance. You don't need much wisdom. You all have it. We all have it. But we have to practice the certain key lines. And especially chapter number 9 is like a booklet in itself. Keep it with you all the time. Here, impressed and live it. And that safeguard is very important for all of us, especially people who are doing seva. Because then we tend to have more light, but more vulnerability too. So keep practicing this aura cleaning and affirming the God qualities, unifying with it, and trusting that it is happening. And you will see the change. Even you initially few days you have to just consciously do it more and more, but slowly, gradually, you start living, and then this question will go away totally. There's no negative thought. All thought you will accept, and you'll keep changing them as per your need.
Yes. And that answer is there in chapter 6. Forgiveness. Understanding forgiveness will teach you that all those things that you are calling as stubborn and negative thoughts are actually not really bad. You have to accept them as your part. Taking responsibility for yourself is important. I create my own reality, so I am responsible for everything. And when I am responsible, then there is nothing to be forgiven, nothing to be punished. It's just I wanted it that way. That's what I wanted. I have now understood how it feels. And now I move on. There is no one to punish, no one to be hanged, nothing of that nature at all. I learned and I am moving on. As simple as that.
And
Right?
acceptance bring end to that.
Give love to it. Yes. Give love to yourself. Well, okay. Yes, I learned something there. Pat yourself on the back. I learned. The very knowing that it was negative is a learning. You assign the word negative to something when you have experienced something which is equivalent to suffering. Then you say, well, it was negative. When you were doing, you were not actually knowing, thinking about it as negative. You were doing it with your full, acceptance. Later on, the experience makes you realize, well, there was something negative about it. So feel that confidence that whatever I am doing, wherever I am doing it from, in my current state, I am always doing my best.
Mm.
Right? I have limitations. So with my limited understanding, that's what I felt is the right thing to do right now. I did it. But the result that later on I got was not so good. Okay, I learned. Next time when I'm doing something, I will remember. Move on. Pat yourself on the back. I could recognize. Yes, I'm a good girl. I did it. That's how we have to move on.
And that acceptance only brings the change. The moment we
Yeah,
accept anything,
acceptance.
anything we recognize, we accept without judgment. And I
Yeah.
can vouch on that. Prati has mentioned, God is non-judgmental. I'm non-judgmental 100 times today in meditation.
Yeah.
And we realize that on this journey that, the most biggest challenge we have is our judgment of good and bad, right and wrong, that stop us from, experiencing that unlimitedness.
I'm just a mango seed and I have the potential to become a full-fledged mango tree. I accept that. Now I have no more desire to become a pineapple tree or a coconut tree. None of that. When I accept myself as the mango tree,
And
then
varieties
I
of mango.
am just a mango tree. I accept my uniqueness to be a mango tree. And also a mango tree not like any other mango tree. I will be unique mango tree of my own type. This is the acceptance. In simple terms, acceptance is that recognizing who I am. That's what we are learning in chapter 10. Self acceptance can happen only when I know who I am. First, I have to know who I am. Then I will accept, yes, okay. First, I have to know I am a mango seed. Then I accept, yes, I have the potential to be a mango tree. I accept it. So, knowing yourself is important. And knowing yourself requires all these first 9 chapters we have learned step by step who I am. I am much bigger than who I think I am. First thing we learned, right? I am the flower of the heaven.
Yeah.
That's who I have to become. And
And I
each one of
wanted,
us, yeah,
yes, I will tell a story after you have completed a small story.
yeah. I just want to add one more thing about vulnerability, like what Preeti mentioned about as we grow in our spiritual aspect, spiritual path, we become more vulnerable, right? How do you become more vulnerable? Unconsciously, as we progress on the spiritual path, we start surrendering. We start accepting and surrendering to serving the humanity, serving the nature, serving the existence, right? So when you open yourself up for service, now you are vulnerable. You are open, right?
Challenge. The first thing is
Yeah.
taking challenge.
So be acknowledging that, knowing that as I am progressing on spiritual path, I will be open. I will be accepting. I will begin to see God in everything. And I don't want to miss an opportunity of being with God, isn't it? So I will remain open all the time.
See
And when
this
I'm
line,
open
which
all the time, I am vulnerable.
what you're saying, Shalishi, I see God in everything because I am vulnerable. See how the connection is. The vulnerability brings me to the risk, to the experience that could be very tough for me, but everything is supporting me. That is God, that is
Yeah.
supporting me in that state. And that can happen any moment. Like I shared, I was not a cake maker or a baker as such, but I explored myself in that, like just not even by practicing for months and months. I just thought and I started. And I never got one single complaint for 1 year. I did that work. But so it can happen with small thing, not only service. I mean, definitely service gives you more space where you come and meet spiritual people practicing the same thing, but their orientations are different. That is another level. But you start with a little you in your wherever you are, in family, as a housewife, or wherever we are. And then we keep on growing, developing, seeing the same world with new eyes. You are living with heart, but others are still in mind, and that gives you the biggest lesson. And then you become the wisdom, and you then thank people. Okay, thank you for teaching me this.
This is it. Basically, it happens as you transition from the routine life to life of spiritual being. Then when you transition there, you voluntarily become open. Actually, you no more start protecting. In a normal life, you are always cautious and protected, right? You want to keep yourself protected. Something could go wrong, right? On the alert. But as you go into spiritual side, you become accepting of everything, and in that process you become open voluntarily. And that's where you are now exposing yourself to all kinds of things. That is vulnerability. So just easy. I just wanted to make everyone understand that now your awareness needs to be that much wider. Be aware that you are open, right? So in that awareness, when you are driving on the road, you are automatically protected. When you are in awareness. Okay, good. Yeah, yes, Prachi.
Yeah, I just remembered one story when you were saying that that first accept that you are a mango seed and you will grow into a mango tree. So do not label whether mango is good or bad. Just accept the uniqueness. I am the mango tree. So the story I recollected was, there is a crow sitting on a tree and it is looking at the parrot. Maybe most of you have heard this, and thinking, oh, how beautiful parrot, the green vibrant color for the parrot, the red beak, I am so black. And then the parrot is thinking, looking at the koel, the cuckoo on the another tree, oh, how sweet her voice is. My voice is so, not good. And what Rupa ji said, that the response, being stubborn, the negative thought, that's how we have been conditioned in the society. Then the cuckoo is looking at a swan, swimming in the pond and thinking, oh, swan, everyone is gaga over swan, it's so beautiful, it looks so pure and aesthetic, and thinking, oh, I wish I could be like the swan. And the swan is looking at the peacock thinking, so much color, I'm just so white, why, look at the colors peacock has, multicolors, and so like the feather and all. And then the peacock is looking back to the crow and thinking, I wish I could fly like a crow. So, again, it's a circle. The existence is circle. We are all one. We have to just accept our uniqueness. If we are stubborn, if you think, firstly, you are already on that path that you are aware of that negative thoughts, that stubbornness, the whatever is there, and then you just replace it with God thoughts.
Yes.
Think, if did God create you stubborn, and is God stubborn? No, then you are not. Just replace it with God's thought.
Correct. Yes. Think of this entire universe if everything was a crow.
Yeah.
What would this place be like? If everything was a crow, what would be this universe like?
Yeah.
There's a reason why we are all unique, right?
Unique. Yeah.
Yes. Through each one of us, the same thing behind us, call it God, call it whatever, is experiencing a unique experience because of our uniqueness. So our uniqueness is there for a reason, right? You can't eat the same food every day, every time. You have to have a variety, right? And that's what that one behind who is experiencing wants, the variety.
And I can just tell you, this new generation, they understand this judgment part so easily. One day I was saying something to my son, and he was completely like constantly saying somebody, like, he's doing this, that this person is not good. He's just, he should not exist. He will come to that line most of the time. And then I said, why you are judging somebody, or are you paid for it? Why you have to judge? You can just be. Let if you don't like his company, just don't be with it. Just let him be. Then things are good as it is. So mama, good is also a judgment, he says. So that clarity they have, that if I say good, if I'm not saying bad, and if I say good, then also I'm judging. Right? So that we have to keep in mind, that I am judging the experience, but those experiences are revealing me, the bigger perspective of me.
Correct. And that's what he's saying is positive is also as bad as negative, or positive or negative is also as good as positive.
And then Babaji says,
We
look,
have to go beyond the negative and positive.
these God qualities, they are not neither positive nor negative, right? So it's more than that. Like it comes to feeling when I am love, light, joy, peace, abundance, and then define to the depth of your knowledge or your experience what love is like, what light is like. So then it makes you more comfortable in your being, like that, from knowing, from being, from expressing inside out, everywhere you're feeling okay, all my cells, all my energies, thought, and everything is aligned. I move perfectly in the things that I pick up. I may pick up something that is very new to me, unknown to me, and then I still trust that universe is guiding me on this path.
Yes. Great. So, what is the lesson for today, everybody? That if you want joy in your life, start drinking coffee. All right. Thank you for a beautiful session today, Prachi. So
Thank you.
beautiful. Thank you.
All of you are the gem here.
You are the Babaji of today. See the bright lights coming from your head, from behind you. Look at
Thanks
it.
to Kavita ji also. She has made it so like she has put all her energies, like thinking from thought bubbles to
Yes,
heart, and that too of 7 colors, and the way the light comes. And I watch it every day. Somebody's like bringing that big light behind. Everybody's positioned differently.
yes,
Somebody's bringing Babaji or somebody's covering Babaji. So it's a it's a silent joy I have had in the past 1 month, watching you all from my phone.
Yeah.
thank you so much. Chaliye, so is there any question or anything for anybody who would want to say something, or otherwise we bring the session to a
Any
close?
challenge in accepting who we are, what we are? Again, still something remaining. Today is the day, because we'll move on to part 3, where the divinity speaks, there is no you and me, where there is only me, and I am that God, love, that peace, that joy, that everything we have been experiencing so far. Not only in meditation, but in our being also, day-to-day living.
Yes, we will learn about oneness. Kabir Das ji talked about oneness long time ago. In his days, he mentioned oneness in his own way. But today, of course, in the modern era, we call it oneness. But he called it the other way. He never called it oneness. He said, Prem galiyati sankari jame do na samaye. Means the path of love is so narrow where two cannot fit. His definition of Advait, that is what it was. He said two cannot fit. What would that imply? There is no two there. On the path of love, there is no two. That's his definition of oneness. In the West, they are unable to explain that thing, so they make it easy calling oneness for comprehension purpose. But the reality is non-duality. That's the ultimate meaning of oneness. And that's where is it available? On the path to love. The path of love is that. He had told it so long back. But unfortunately, our social systems defined love in very bad light. That's why we have all been going through suffering. Now people are waking up. And I always thank the West for it. The West is responsible for something you guys don't even think about. How so easily everyone today, because of the social media, the movies and everything, everybody is able to say, I love you. In my young days,
No.
I could not have even said this word in an open place. Today, you can say, oh, I love my car. I love you. It's so easy to say. Why? Because now awareness is expanding. We are now able to accept it. Right? The things which were tabooed in our social system some time ago are now opening up. We are beginning to learn and understand. This is the transition of humanity towards oneness.
Totally agree. I mean, the more open, the more expressive we are, the more we live
Yes.
ourselves. And being vulnerable, the biggest example I realized when I came here in US, then I saw how families, so many stepbrothers, stepson marriages and all that. And I couldn't understand what life is ultimately, what it is bringing. Every time there's something, I was not able to comprehend life the more I was looking at closely and widely. Like, that small town girl from Ranchi, she went to Pune, she lived there with many. And then in that college, everybody was from different states and they had their own languages, style, where I was not fitting because, again, a Hindi speaker is never, it was very difficult for in a Marathi land. And then there was a lot of difference, gap. And I started accepting the 4 years, 7 years I spent there. I was evolving day by day in my understanding, but when I came here, I was totally challenged with many of my beliefs of life. And I could not comprehend completely. But in like 6 years of my experience living in US, and one day something happened that totally made me shut down. I could not take it anymore. And then I give up everything. And I sat quietly that day. I could hear or I could listen myself more. That brought me more and more clarity of life as I was living and being. One line I would say, and I will go. I'm already late. यहाँ पे Gita ji is saying, "My son is like Buddha," but I truly feel that this newly generation, they are new generation. They are all Buddhas, and we are trying to bridge that gap to be with them. It's for everybody just to think how easily we complain about the newer generation that they are into video game and such lifestyle and such things, but inside them they are just trying to avoid what we have been carrying from long past. And that's why they are indulging themselves into something that they feel okay rather than being with us. Our sharp thought, just see a little baby who is like 5 months or 6 months, and when he sees somebody new, he totally shrink itself like that in mother's arm, because we carry such vibration that it is so difficult for a baby, godly baby, to experience us, and they feel like shrinking back. So so we do not realize when we have this critical thought what we are carrying, what kind of energy we are carrying. And Babaji is trying us to mold in love. The more the society is growing in material advancement, we are compromising, we're losing our true essence more and more. So this kind of workshop, there are many, many groups, different workshop, not just unified, many, many things. They're teaching love, to be loved, to trust life. It is miracle, it is magic, it is God. So I just, one line triggered so much to me, and I thought I would say, and then I'll leave. Thank you so much. Thank you, Prachiji, taking this session. And you guys, please feel free to continue. I have my commitments. Thank you.
Yeah. If there is any question, then we continue. Otherwise, we can bring the session to an end. Anything else anybody would like to discuss or share? Kavita ji, you would like to say anything? Okay. All right. So let's call it a day. Thank you so much. And now We will be meeting next week for the next chapters. Every one of you get ready, and if you would want to conduct the session, please do connect with Kavita ji and let her know. It will be a pleasure to listening to all of you. It's so nice to hear from you guys, different viewpoints. See, today we all dug out the source of energy is coffee. So important.
And I noticed one thing, both the sessions of chapter 10, Hindi and English, is about food and drink.
Why you know that? Because food exists only in the physical plane.
Right. Yeah.
So in other planes you can't get it. That's
Yes.
why
We need to
human beings
enjoy
are so focused on food.
food. Yeah.
Food defines our culture. Think about it. It's so integral to us.
It defines our physical existence.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Salish ji.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.